Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that this Honourable House approves the financial policy of the Government of Ghana for the year ending 31st December 2019. Mr. Speaker, we are 2 years into the MPP's rule, and so that we are guided, I've gone back to the manifesto. It's on this basis that the MPP was voted into power. Mr. Speaker, in the MPP's manifesto 2016, on page 14, we spelled out the MPP's economic policy direction. The MPP's economic policy direction. Specifically, Mr. Speaker, we said we are going to restore macroeconomic stability in black and white. On page 14, restoring macroeconomic stability. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, we indicated that we're going to restore macroeconomic stability because the macroeconomy was unstable. Mr. Speaker, the NDC had run to the IMF. You ran to the IMF in April 2015. When you went to the IMF document, the press release, IMF press release number 15159, it said the program aims to restore debt sustainability. The program is to restore macroeconomic stability, to return to high growth, create jobs, and protect social spending. So the IMF, you sat down with them, agreed to these: restore debt sustainability, restore macroeconomic stability, return to high growth, create jobs, and protect social spending. Mr. Speaker, there were slippages. None of this, 0/5, none of this was achieved by the time the MPP took over. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, this same release said that public debt had risen at an unsustainable pace, and the external position had weakened considerably. The government has embarked on a fiscal consolidation path since 2013, but policy slippages, exogenous shocks, and rising interest costs have undermined these efforts. So the MPP came in, and Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, on page 3, paragraph 14 of the 2019 budget, the mess that you created is listed here. If I take you to paragraph 14 on page 3, Mr. Speaker, the finance minister outlined this. It says, declining economic growth. In 2016, the economic growth that you left was 3.7, the lowest in 23 years. The lowest in 23 years. That's the mess that you left for us to come clean. Mr. Speaker, declining growth in agriculture, all these are listed here. Rising unemployment, high fiscal deficit, 9.3. That's what you left in 2016. Mr. Speaker, fast rising public debt, 73.1 debt to GDP ratio. Mr. Speaker, high interest rates that were killing businesses, high inflation. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, when the MPP took over, we had to extend the program with the IMF. The program had derailed. Now, if you are under an IMF program, this is what it means. It's like you are in a secondary school and the housemaster, his bungalow is next to the dormitory. So he used to watch over the students and they are all running to town. So you are under an IMF program. You have to rein in all spending. Let the indicators be achieved. All of the major indicators that you agreed with the fund, you missed in 2016. Mr. Speaker, we extended the program. After 22 months, let me show you the verdict. After 22 months, if you go to page 23, paragraph 100, page 23, paragraph 100 of the budget. Mr. Speaker, now the macroeconomic indicators have all improved. Every single macroeconomic indicator has improved from where you left it. The GDP that you left at 3.7. For 2018, rebased 5.4. Inflation is down. Interest rates have come down. Every single macroeconomic indicator has improved under the MPP's watch. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, this is not the chairman of the Finance Committee saying it, or Fifi Kwete saying it, or something. No. International repute, the international community, and I refer you to page 10, paragraph 39 of the budget, page 10, paragraph 39. The ease of doing business, it has improved. Page 39, page 10, paragraph 39. Read. Mr. Speaker, I refer you to page 11, paragraph 43. Mr. Speaker, paragraph 43. Under the MPP's watch, we issued the first Eurobond by a B-rated country in sub-Saharan Africa that had the largest issuance, it had the longest maturity, and it had the lowest pricing. Mr. Speaker, take note. The first ever Eurobond issuance by a B-rated country in sub-Saharan Africa that had the largest issuance, it had the longest maturity, and it had the lowest pricing. Mr. Speaker, these are the 3 L's: the largest issuance, the longest maturity, and the lowest pricing. Say it after me. The largest issuance, the longest maturity, and the lowest pricing. The 3 L's. The first ever, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, so as a matter of fact, I have news for them. We are exiting the IMF program. We are exiting. By the end of the year, we would exit the IMF program. So see, you sent us to the IMF. Now we are getting the country out of the IMF. You should be applauding our efforts. And never again you will go back to the IMF. We are exiting. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, again, I take you to the manifesto. Mr. Speaker, the manifesto said that on page 19 that we were promising the Ghanaian people competent management of the economy. Competent management of the economy. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, economic policy has 3 strands. So you have fiscal policy, monetary, trade or commercial policy. And Mr. Speaker, we've brought in a competent team. Mr. Speaker, if you go to the Bank of Ghana now, those conducting monetary policy, these are world-class economists in charge there, grounded in the macro. Wow. They are cleaning up the mess that was left in the banking area. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, we have a trade expert and lawyer in charge of trade. You know it. At the finance ministry, the president said it, Mr. Speaker. The president said that Ken Ofori-Atta is becoming an asset to the country when he came here. Mr. Speaker, this Ivy League trained gentleman, this year, Mr. Speaker, he has been declared for 2018 the best finance minister in Africa. Mr. Speaker, I refer you to page 23, paragraph 97, and it is there. He is the best finance minister in Africa. Mr. Speaker, the president put together an economic management team. The president put together an economic management team headed by the vice president. In your time, there was an economic management team. It was an economic management team in name only. Who were the members of the economic management team? Who were the members? This time around, the vice president heads the economic management team. Now guess what? Mr. Yao Safumafo is there. He also won the best finance minister previously. Over there on the economic management team, the finance minister is there. The good old Professor Jambafo is there. Dr. Buton Say is there. Name the members of your economic management team. Name them. Who are the members of your economic management team? Who are the members of your economic management? Who were the members of your economic management team? Mr. Mr. Speaker, it has a bearing on the budget. Let me refer you to page 56. Let me refer you to page 56, paragraph 233. Paragraph 233, page 56. Mr. Speaker, it is gratifying to note, and I quote, Mr. Speaker, that in March 2018, the ESLA bond was adjudged the best restructuring in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Do you know who put together the restructuring? It is this economic management, a competent one at that put this one together. Mr. Speaker, indeed Ghana is working again. Mr. Speaker, let me now take you to Appendix 1A of the budget. Appendix 1A. Mr. Speaker, Appendix 1A. Mr. Speaker, in Appendix 1A, you have real GDP growth. Appendix 1A, real GDP growth. And that would be somewhere at the back, page, Mr. Speaker, page 196. Mr. Speaker, now, Mr. Speaker, you will see column 4, where you have real GDP growth numbers for the 2016. This is there. Everybody has a copy. Check for yourself. Paragraph Appendix 1A. See your 2016 numbers and contrast them with the 2017 and 2018 numbers. See for yourself. Mr. Speaker, look at agriculture. The planting for food and jobs is working. Mr. Speaker, it is working. Look at the agriculture numbers. The planting for food and jobs is working. Crops, livestock, forestry, logging, fishing. Every single one of them has seen an improvement. Mr. Speaker, our flagship planting for food and jobs is working. Mr. Speaker, go to industry. Mr. Speaker, industry. Look at manufacturing. Look at electricity. The doomsaw is over. The doomsaw is over. Look at electricity. Mr. Speaker, look at water and sewage. Mr. Speaker, everybody has a copy. Appendix 1A. Everybody has a copy. Check. Mr. Speaker, look at education. Mr. Speaker, education. The free SHS is working. Look at the education numbers. The free SHS is working. Look at health. Mr. Speaker, look at health. Mr. Speaker, health and social work. The numbers are improved. Mr. Speaker, social work. The numbers. So it tells you that social interventions are at play. Mr. Speaker, that's why we ask them. Name one social intervention. One social. Look at the social numbers. Look at the numbers. Social intervention. One social intervention. See the numbers that we have here, Mr. Speaker. So clearly, Ghana is working again. We are moving the country forward, and the better managers of the economy are back, Mr. Speaker. The better managers of the economy are back, and they are in charge, fully in charge. A competent team that has restored macro stability, that has invested in social interventions. Now we are only left to take the country on the next leg, where we are going to invest fully in infrastructure. But Mr. Speaker, we will not leave it at that, because Mr. Speaker, if you are not careful, Mr. Speaker, when in the unlikely event that they get opportunity, they will reverse the gains. We've seen it before. In the unlikely event that they get opportunity, they will reverse the gains. So, Mr. Speaker, we are ensuring irreversibility. We are ensuring irreversibility. So what we are doing is that we are going to enact a fiscal responsibility rule, so that never again will you send us to those levels that you sent us. Mr. Speaker, we are enforcing the PFM strictly. Mr. Speaker, the Zero Financing Pact with the Bank of Ghana, we are adhering to. The Zero Financing Pact with the Bank of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, in agriculture, you've heard of the commodity exchange. Mr. Speaker, all of these are to ensure that there is no reversibility. Mr. Speaker, I take you to tax reliefs. Mr. Speaker, on page 68, paragraph 284. Page 68, paragraph 284. Mr. Speaker, you will recall that during the mid-year review, the tax bands were changed. Mr. Speaker, the listening government that the MPP is. The MPP has listened to the citizenry and has come back to review it. Unlike the previous Yeboah regime, where they will be dancing and say, oh, we will not restore teacher training allowance. If we will not restore nursing. Mr. Speaker, the listening government has reviewed the tax ban. So the taxes that hit members of parliament will not happen again after parliament reverses the measure. This is a listening government, and we should applaud this. Mr. Speaker, not only that, we are also giving relief for minimum wage earners. Another relief for minimum. So, Mr. Speaker, again, if I go back to the manifesto, then you will have seen that we said that we will shift the focus of economic management from taxation to production. After removing a number of taxes in 2017, we have come and seen that the tax that we introduced in the middle of the year is not working, and so we are giving more relief. Mr. Speaker, what else do you expect from the government? So, Mr. Speaker, the MPP has come and are in charge and are doing a good work. Mr. Speaker, we have another 2 years to go. I am hopeful. I am hopeful that in the next 2 years, if we go on this trajectory, Mr. Speaker, if we go on this trajectory, then come December 2020, it will be as easy as it was in 2004. The Ghanaians will renew our mandate and then give the president a second bite at the cherry. Mr. Speaker, I will end here. I will end here and then yield the rest of my time. So I thank you, Mr. Speaker.